The West Ham side of things, Aaron, and we'll hear from David Moyes in just a moment, but they were very much, in their opinion, the goals came from their own errors. They were their worst own enemy. But as someone's just said here in the comments, Peter, Newcastle are making other teams make errors, and we make the most of them. It wasn't just the case that West Ham were poor in that second half. Newcastle forced them into the errors.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fantastic work from Jacob Murphy for the third goal. That pressing was absolutely fantastic. Joelinton, as I said, playing to the whistle, similar to sort of the Shelvey goal at Sheffield United a couple of years ago, where West Ham just sort of stopped and Joelinton thought, no, I'm going to keep going. And as you say, Newcastle are putting them under pressure to make these mistakes. I think if you're a West Ham fan or you're David Moyes, how fuming must you be? I mean, you'll never see 5 easier goals in a single 90 minutes, probably for the rest of the season, if not longer. But yeah, just good to see that they were absolutely on top of their game. On another night, they could have let those mistakes go unpunished. But just a really, really, they look like a team banging form. And as we said earlier in the show, teams that are in this sort of run of form, confidence is so high, they don't actually need to play that well. And I just thought it was really good to get those 2 goals early. And West Ham, I mean, they were never, ever coming back into that after Wilson scored the second.
Obviously, Declan Rice came out and he said, "At my time here as a team, we haven't conceded 5 worst goals." I think it's a little bit disrespectful, actually, from Newcastle. I'm going to write a piece later for the website, but I'll just briefly explain why now. Because, yes, okay, from West Ham point of view, you've been careless in possession or, what have you. But, I mean, the Wilson goal, brilliant cross, brilliant header. The Joelinton goal, what a ball by Fabian Schär, controlled by Joelinton, cool, calm, puts it in the back of the net. The second goal, Murphy, so he could have taken that shot, but he's thinking, he's switched on. He's probably actually got a bit of John Anderson's voice in his head. If he shoots and misses, it'll be put it in the back of the net. So he squares it to Wilson, and Wilson does it for him. The Joelinton goal, brilliant. And then obviously the Isak goal. I mean, to bring that down, you watch the way you see the way Isak's brain works there. He slows down because he anticipates what Fabianski's going to do. And I just think it's a quality in that moment to stop, slow it down, chest it, calm, over the keeper, over the defence, back of the net. A little bit insulting, I think, from a West Ham point of view to say that. I can understand why they're saying it, but I think there's enough quality in each one of those 5 goals to say, wait there, that's only part of the story. Newcastle United showed quality in each of those goals last night.
Yeah, I think you've got that pretty much spot on. And as much as we've talked about the first half performance and they're being sloppy, I thought the second half was actually much more assured. They never looked like throwing that game away. And I mean, I can't believe we're 10 minutes into the pod and we haven't spoken about Alexander Isak's hands on the hips, just watching that ball. Joe Willock did his Thierry Henry impression on Sunday with that celebration, and Isak thought, "Well, I need to go on better." Actually, that was just prime Henry. Is that that ball slowly went at the net, but you're absolutely spot on. I thought Newcastle for the majority of the game were good after they got the sort of early mistakes out their system. And yeah, look, I mean, West Ham they'll just want to forget this game as quickly as possible.